Hi everybody, I'm David Zeiser and I have one great video for you today. We're going to be working at several different locations, and what I want to really be able to show you in this video is really how I try to see when I'm composing my photographs. We're going to be talking about lines, shapes, forms, textures. We're going to be talking about horizon lines. We're going to be talking about vanishing points. We're going to talk about interior and exterior frames. We're going to run the gamut. And the locations we have picked today are really kind of fun to be working in too, so I think you'll get a big kick out of it. I'm not going to be pointing my camera at brides and grooms on this tutorial. We're going to have regular people, models and evening gowns, everything else. So it should be a real kick. As far as setting things up here, I'm just going to set up my my rule of thirds. So right here, if I have quadrant 1, bottom left, quadrant 2, top left, quadrant 3, top right, quadrant 4, bottom right. So those are the quadrants. Where the tic-tac-toe board points intersect, that's nodal point 1, nodal point 2, nodal point 3, and nodal point 4. I'll be referencing that several times in a lot of the photographs we're making here throughout this video, so kind of keep that in mind, maybe make a little note, just keep it close by to you, so you'll have it as a little reference to kind of see what I'm talking about. You'll also find me using a full array of lenses from 8mm all the way up to 200, 300mm lenses, just so I can set up the photograph, frame up the photograph the way I want it to look in my viewfinder. So why don't you join me, let's get out, let's have a good time just learning about composition, learning how to see differently, and I think you'll really, really appreciate it. We're just walking through downtown Tampa here, came across this kind of park area, and just walking out of the garage, I'm first of all seeing some shapes that I think could be cool to kind of work with. So we have Hope against there. We're going to bring some lighting on her. It's going to be a little tricky. But what I'm seeing when I look at this space is I'm seeing a rectangle right there. I'm seeing another rectangle coming off this way. If I move this way over here, I can see yet another rectangle, but since it's receding away from me, it actually becomes a trapezoid. And as I'm looking at these things too, I'm seeing a change of tonalities from brights to less shadowed to a little bit bright. So I think this might really give me a nice background to just really play with shapes in this situation. The challenge in what we're facing here many times in this video is really with the lighting. We are in the worst time of the day, downtown Tampa at 95 degrees, yes, jacket on, everything else, but still it's about this direct light. So a big thing of what I'm doing in this image right here is I'm going to be sure that she's backlit so I can put her face in shadow, then I'm going to bring the light in on her a different way. You've seen this before. It's my Quantum Flash. It's a T5D, but it's never had the anteater snoot on it before. I've taken off the regular reflector, which is back in the grass, and I put on one of these Expo Imaging Rogue Flash Benders, which I kind of like because you can just kind of shape them any which way you want, and it actually is creating a tube of light for me. Now, why a tube of light? Because I only want to put the light exactly where I want it. In this case here, it's going to be exactly on our model Hope's face. So I'm going to hand this off to LaDon. I'm going to let her go ahead and get in position with it, and then we'll go ahead and get some photographs taken. Just let's start just a simple one first, just hands on hips maybe. And always have your body addressing me kind of at a 45 the other way. Yep, there we go. What happened? Go the other way for me. Puts you more in the shade. I get even a teeny bit more for me, Hope. Okay. That's fine. Yep. And then we'll kind of play around here. Go a little closer to the wall for me. All right, I've got Hope. Again, I think you can see we've got just the rectangulars. We got the little zigzag at the bottom here and everything. But we're trying to put her face in shadows. I'm seeing a little light coming across her chest. So Hope, turn this way a little bit more because the sun is kind of now behind her. I got some on her shoulder. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I got LaDon coming in here pretty close because I'm really zooming in here pretty much too. So I can have the light come in here. I can get her pretty close to the subject and really not be in my shot. She's on half power. I'm sitting here right now in ISO 200, my favorite outdoor ISO. I'm at 320th of a second, so I'm cheating the sync here just a bit. And I'm also at f11. Now I'm at f11 because, you know what, I don't want to go much higher than a 320th of a second for this photograph, because remember, what's that doing? When I'm cheating the sync, it's the bottom third of the viewfinder that does not see the flash. So I've got to be sure that I keep Hope then out of this area over here. And if I do want to put her in this area, since the flash is only getting up here, what do I need to do? I may need to turn the camera this way. So, because remember, this side of the viewfinder right here is going to get the flash exposure at this higher than normal sync speed. So let's go ahead and take a couple photographs. I might do it both ways. We'll kind of see what they look like on our video. Okay, LaDon's just going to put the loop lighting pattern on her face. Take that light a little lower. Just testing light on the face again. Okay, we're getting the perfect light on the face, but I got the sun kind of coming across her chest again too. And let me bring your hand just around to your side, Hope. because I really want to see. Let me see your index fingers though, just on your leg, just kind of like I have my, just like that. When she puts her hand in front, we've talked about this in previous tutorials, I see too much of the back of the hand. Okay, so here's our quick test right here. I got her in the bottom right corner of the photograph. LaDon, need to light up a little bit more down around the chin area here. I'm going to zoom back. You got to be sure that it is aimed perfectly on the scene, otherwise you're a dead duck on the whole thing. I just zoomed back to full length. I'm just going to kind of walk it around here, see what else I can get here. You know, we have that other, I called it a trapezoid before, the shadow from the other thing. Hope, now let me bring you forward just a bit more, because I'm really going to use, we've talked over this way too for me, over this way, right there, up too far, sorry. Back this way some more. What I'm seeing here are a couple of different things compositionally. We talked about shapes, so I've got my rectangular shape here. I got an ever so subtle shape going that way, and then the other shape, another rectangular shape going on right here. So that being the case, I'm going to frame her up with one of these shapes, and within one of these shapes. Hit a pose for me, yep. LaDon, I need you to get that light down here. It's back up just a bit so it gives me a little wider view. Okay, good. Coming in close, good. Eyes back to me, looking terrific. Now kind of do something with your hair just for fun. Good, yep. I'm always trying to keep her chin down a little bit. I'm always trying to keep her face in shadow. Nice S curve going in her figure right there. Kicking it up here, maybe just to the knees. And rotate your body even a little bit more for me, up the other way. That's good. Now bring your head back the other way. I'm really fighting the sun, as I said we're going to be doing here. And the minute I turn her head the other way, then I got to put her nose in the sun. And I really don't like, this is pretty ugly right here. So that's not going to work there. So we're really doing pretty good the other way. Let's just do a couple more right here and see what happens. LaDon, let me have, this time, Hope, let me have you come this way, because I'm seeing another shape, another kind of a rectangular shape receding away from me. That's a trapezoidal shape. Hope, you're going to come this way some more. More. Right there, good. Go back into the shade now. What happens? Okay, turn your head back or your body this way, and you're going to bring your head back this way. And LaDon, you're going to get the light on her face right there. How about hands on hips this time? Does that do anything for me? I'm worried I'm going to light up. Actually, that's come away from that wall just a bit. And LaDon, try to keep it off of the wall. Chin down for me again. Good. That's looking interesting. I just discovered something else as a shadow that LaDon's casting on the other wall there, which could be kind of interesting for us too. So just playing here, what I have now is this lighter area, then we have the darker area, those two things playing against each other, and then we also have Hope's shadow being cast by LaDon's very, very small point light source. Back up just a bit more for me, LaDon, please. Right there, okay, again. I think that's looking cool. Hope this way just an inch, just your feet too, just an inch. Okay, good, good, good. Just playing around with a couple of different crops here, kind of interesting. I actually like the one here where I keep her in the top right-hand corner. Kind of do the hair thing again. When she was doing the hair thing before, putting her hair and her arms up like that, I was really getting light all over this part of her chest and her arms. But now since I have her back in the shadows, I got to keep your head turning this way for me. There you go. LaDon, you're in my shot. They'll go around you. Okay, here we go. Give me the loop lighting pattern. Good. Got a car in that one. Chin up a little bit. I want to see your eyes. I got a little bit of hair in front of the eyes there. That's it. You got it. Okay, good, good, good. Hands back down. We're going to take one more. We're done. Jump in place. Let me get the last shot. Okay, last shot coming up here. Too much traffic. Good, good, good. Again. We're good. All right, lots of traffic here, a little tricky to work with, but I think we got some very, very cool things of Hope. And all we've done was just use the simple shapes of a wall right outside the parking entrance right here. You know, we got the traffic, the trucks, everything else, but looking at the back of the camera here, I think we got some very, very cool shots of Hope. So, in the simplest of surrounds, too. Before I get taking photographs in front of this art piece right here, I want to show you how when we look at an image or look at a location, sometimes we have to explore that location to see really what position the photographer needs to be to bring out the best of the location. Because when I just shoot this right here, you know, just straight on, it doesn't look like there's much going on. But as I start rotating around it over here, the artwork starts to present itself much more to me right here. I can see we got these nice flat panels and it's looking pretty darn good. As I continue around here even more, you know what, I'm going to back up quite a bit more back here because now I want to overlap each one of these panel pieces with the next piece so I don't see any gaps in between. Let me show you gaps in between right here and not much going on shooting it wide. Now watch what happens when I start closing the gap. Now all I have is the color. I'll zoom in closer on it. Now I got a background starting to happen. But even from this image right here, there is even a more exciting background that we can do. And that's going to be me backing up even more, way back here. I'm going to zoom out quite a bit more here. And now instead of just getting, you know, what I'm seeing all the repeat of all these little checks on these vertical elements right here, but I see all that other stuff in the background. What happens if I make all that stuff in the background disappear? Just rotate to the right just a bit more, a little bit more, and now everything is overlapping. All I see is a gazillion little checks up here. So now when I take a photograph, now all the possibilities really start to present themselves here. As a matter of fact, when I go vertical, I got this possibility right here. Way cool background maybe for our model in front to be standing in front of. Another thing that I'll be talking about in just a bit is, and we'll be showing you in just a bit, is really just including the one little curved portion coming in this side right here. And that kind of leads into those checks. So again, the background builds. We could do the same thing on the back side too, and we'll show you some photographs there as well. But the point I want to make is explore your location, walk around it, see what it looks like at different focal lengths. Check it at wide angle to telephoto. This is one that works really well at telephoto. It works really well when I move around it and I get my overlap just right. Why don't we go ahead, start taking some photographs in front of this piece. I think you'll be amazed at our results. As you can see, we had a pretty colorful piece of urban art here, and I thought, well, this could be kind of cool with Hope in front of it. Again, just kind of playing around. And this I really want to talk about colors, and there's something else we have happening here too. It's the repeating elements of that particular art piece right there. So colors and repeating elements, two other things can really work well in our composition. I'm not trying to strike any fancy poses with our models today or anything. I really want you to just try to get it in your head what to look for when you're looking through your camera here and trying to find something to, you know, to put your subjects in front of. For me, it's not about dragging your subject from here and there and everywhere and say, I hope I can find a spot. It's about walking through a location first and then inviting your subject, your bride and groom, your whoever it happens to be, your model, into that location because you already have a preconceived notion in your own mind what you want to do. In this location right here, we've got a kind of a limited area of color right here, so I'm probably going to be thinking long lens, and I'm using 18-200 because it's very convenient to teach with as well. I'm not going to be making up any large wall portraits. If I was on a commercial shoot and I was going to be doing that, you better believe I'd have the L glass on my camera. But shooting here today, because it's quick and efficient for a training tool, when I say 200mm lens or 150 whatever, you make the own interpretation yourself of which optic you want to use, whether you're shooting Canon, Nikon, whatever along the way. So let's get this photograph quickly so we can get out of the way and hopefully the police don't show up and kick us off property. Okay, Hope, chin down just a little bit more. Okay, we got her in shade. LaDon, go ahead and light her up with the snoot again. We don't necessarily have to keep using this snoot flash, but it really works well just focusing the light right on her face. I'm going to go ahead and just take a quick test. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, good. Let that right hand drop behind you, Hope, just a bit. Okay, good. And I think I'm still kind of fighting the background. The background's a little bit too small for what I want to shoot. How can I fix that? I can crank this guy. I'm at 135mm right now. I'm going to crank it to 200, which means I got to back away some more to really get the same framing on her. But what happens is that background will expand out for me and I won't be fighting the composition or the lack of space behind her. I can also do some different cropping here. I can include this little colorful curved area to the right of her. But do I want to do that, or do I just want to crop it very closely? And because as far as repeat elements, I have the repeat checkers coming down. I have the repeat elements going backwards, looking kind of cool. So let's go ahead and shoot it both ways. And I think just to crop, I don't think I'm going to do full length. I think just half length. So first couple photographs here, I'm including a little curvy thing. Camera right there. We are hoping that the flash is firing. Is it firing? Again, because I'm shooting pretty quickly here. Let me just check it quick. LaDon, you need to come around more towards me. Put more light on her face. Okay, again. LaDon's throwing some light on her face. Okay, here we go. Now another thing I want to be careful about is where those vertical lines are hitting her in the head. And just moving around a little bit. Maybe right here is better for me. I also have to be kind of aware of the recycle time on the flash. LaDon, you need to get that light lower, hit her mouth area some more. I like how the lines are hitting her in the head right now. I'm going to come in here and just crop off those lines now, the curved lines come in, which I kind of liked, and just go with horizontal and vertical repeats here. And I got your hair is just coming in front of your eyes just a bit for me, Hope, and I want to really see into your eyes. Okay, again, better. Good. How about that hand on the hip? Chin down, I got your nose in the, there we go. Okay, why don't we just do one on this side too? Go back one more. Okay, good. Are we firing? Okay, good. Again, just a different location, just playing around with repeat elements and the color of the scene one more time. Kind of fighting our FX4 off-road pickup truck here, but you know, I think we still, in just that quick little shoot, I think we got some neat things happening with that. So anyway, it just shows again one more time how simple the location is and some of the different things we can get in utterly simple locations. What's making it work for us? Repeat of the elements, shapes, and that's kind of cool. That's all we've done. We're just letting our subjects just stand in front of those, and then how we're bringing the light in on her face too. So the colors of the surrounds, the shapes of the surrounds, repeat as the background, and that pinpoint light on her face just brings viewer attention right to her face. So I think we got some neat spots, or some neat photographs in these very unusual, very ordinary spots right outside a parking garage.